Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wahyuningtyas Oktavia. I am a student of Department of English Education, Muhammadiyah University of Surakarta. I will present my proposal entitled Gender Discrimination of the Main Character in Family Sphere of Cho Nam-ju's novel Kim Ji-young, born 1982, a feminism approach. In the presentation, I will present 3 chapters of the proposal. The first chapter includes background of the study, problem statements, objectives of the study, and significances of the study. In the chapter 2, discuss about literature review, underlying theory, and theoretical framework. And in chapter 3, discuss about type of study, object of study, type of data and data source, and method of collecting data. On the chapter 1, in background of the study, will talks about 3 matters. Number 1, gender discrimination. Number 2, family definition. And number 3, Kim Ji-young, born 1982 novel. Gender discrimination is the case that's still rising around the world, both in the developed and developing country. Gender discrimination can occur because of the system and the structure of society that affected both gender, female and male, rooted from norm, history, religion, or other customary structure. In the family definition, family is first social group that have some members that influence each other. Murdoch states that family is social group characterized as live together, work together on the basis of marriage, at least have 2 sexes, and 1 or more children so as create socialization. Kim Ji-young, born 1982 novel is a South Korean novel written by Cho Nam-ju. The novel has been translated into several languages. One of them is English. The English translated by Jamie Chang. The novel tells about Kim Ji-young's life journey from childhood to becoming a mother and how she faced several female issues. One of them is gender discrimination in her family, in her own family. The problem statement raising in the novel is, what is the discrimination that main character faces based on the feminism? How the main character as a woman depicted in the novel? And how the main character make deal in the novel? The objective of the study is to knowing what is the discrimination that main character faces based on the feminism, to describe how the main character as a woman depicted in the novel, and to describe how the main character make a deal in the novel. The significance of the study is theoretical significance and practical significance. Move to chapter 2. In chapter 2, there are literature review, underlying theory, and theoretical framework. The literature review, there are some previous study from Rahmah, Ainiyah, Gracia, Nugraha, Zhao, and Amalia. But it just tells up just some of the previous study. Second is underlying theory. The underlying theory talks about three matters. There are gender discrimination that characterized as a violence, subordinate, workload, stereotype, and marginalization. Second is family, and the third is feminism. And the third, at the last, discussing in the chapter 2 is theoretical framework. Now move to the literature review. In the literature review, there are Ainiyah studied about subordinate. Woman should subordinate to girl, housewife, and worker. Gracia et al. Studied about gender discrimination in violence, subordinate, workload, stereotype, and marginalization. And last, Zhao studied of division of the role between female and male to work. Female or woman should dominate inside or do domestic things, and men or male dominate at outside. And the society still called it as equal. The second is underlying theory. The underlying theory contains gender discrimination, family, and feminism. In the gender discrimination can be characterized as violence or the assumptions that women are weak, so can be a good target of society releasing their anger. The subordinate is act to put women as a second stage or put women after men. Workload is the assumptions that domestic work is must for a woman, even if a woman also work at outside or worker. The stereotype, we still hear the stereotype that labeling a woman as example, a crybaby, a woman is weak, or a woman should obey men as the first stage gender in society. And the last is marginalization. Marginalization is elimination of women from politics, economic, and law. The second is family. Family is a member that influence each other. And because of emotional relationship, because of the blood relation that's semi-permanent, each family members have been interacted to each other, so can be called as social group. And the third is feminism. Feminism is a movement to make both gender, female and male, equal as a human, no lower and no higher. And theoretical framework. The issues that will be raising in the study is gender discrimination in family sphere. And the object material of the study is Kim Ji-young, born 1982 novel. So that the writers make a title as gender discrimination of the main character in family sphere of Cho Nam-ju's novel Kim Ji-young, born 1982, a feminism approach. And then we move to chapter 3. In the chapter 3, there are types of study. Is qualitative research. The object of study is material object and formal object. Material object is the novel of Cho Nam-ju, Kim Ji-young, born 1982, and the formal object is gender discrimination in family sphere. The type of data and data source is primary source and secondary source. Primary source is the novel Kim Ji-young, born 1982, and secondary source is the internet database, article, or journal that related to the primary source. And last, method of collecting data. To collecting data, the writers do some steps. They are: first, read the novel carefully and repeatedly as the primary source. Second, highlighting the dialogue or narration that related with the discussion. Then, note-taking or copy-paste into notes. Use previous literary study as a reference of study and avoid plagiarism. Arranging the problem based on the category, isolating problems that can be raised in the study, and last, draw conclusion of the problem. And thank you for watching my video, and I am sorry that I have made mistakes in my presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.